In the last modules, we had learned about the monohybrid cross conducted by Mendel, which studied the inheritance of a single gene. And from his observations, he was able to formulate the two laws of inheritance, namely the law of dominance and law of segregation. Was the whole thing confusing to you? Let us make it more simple with the help of a diagrammatic representation of the cross. The formation of gametes by the parents, the formation of zygotes, the production of the F1 hybrids and F2 hybrids, everything can be diagrammatically represented by a Punnett square. A Punnett square is a graphical representation which gives us the probability of the possible genotypes from a genetic cross. It gives us a very useful information about the probability of a genetic cross or the products of a breeding experiment. So let us learn the Mendel's experiment with the help of a Punnett square. In the first step, Mendel crossed pea plants who differed in one contrasting trait. So let us take an example in which the contrasting trait is for height of the plant. So what are the contrasting traits for height of the plant? They are tall and dwarf. So Mendel crossed true breeding tall plant with a true breeding dwarf plant in the first step. And these plants, that is the tall and the dwarf, they are called as the P1 generation or the parental generation. And they crossed the tall and dwarf plant and the product obtained is called as the F1 hybrid, or it is called as the first filial generation. And he found that all the plants in the F1 generation were tall. All the plants were tall. So we know that something is getting passed on from the parents to the offsprings. And what is that something? It is called as factors. And factors always occur in pairs. And factors or genes are represented for our convenience in the form of letters. And what letter is given depends upon the character or the trait which is expressed in the F1. Now, what is the trait which is expressed in the F1? It is tall. So, we represent tall by a capital letter. So, we give capital letter for tall, capital T. And I told you, factors always occur in pairs. So, we can write capital T and capital D. And this means it is a true breeding. True breeding means the ones which will give rise to offsprings of the same trait. And again, here it is again a true breeding. And the trait which is not expressed in the F1 is denoted by a small letter. So we give small letter T for dwarf to represent dwarf. And it occurs in pairs. So we write two small t's. So capital T is the true breeding tall and small t is a true breeding dwarf, which represents the parental generation. And factors is passed to the offsprings through the gametes. So gametes are represented in the next step. And as we told that law of segregation, the factors which occur in pairs in the parents, they separate at the time of gamete formation so that only one factor enters into one gamete. So this gamete, each gamete is having only one factor, that is capital T. Is it clear? And here it explains the law of segregation. Again over here it segregates into the gametes. So that's why it is called as law of purity of gametes. That means this gamete is having only the allele or the gene capital T, and this is having the allele small t. Is it clear? And we can tell this as homozygous because what is a homozygous individual? Which has a similar pair of alleles. Here we can see capital T and small t, small t. So both are homozygous. Both are homozygous. And as we are told that according to a law of segregation, they separate and each factor enters into one gamete. As it is a homozygous, all the gametes are of similar type. So 100% of the gametes are carrying capital T, and here all the gametes are carrying the allele small t. And in the next step, fertilization takes place. Okay, the fertilization takes place and it results in the F1 hybrid. Fertilization takes place and the seeds are formed, and seeds are collected, and Mendel raised these seeds to give rise to the F1 generation, and he found that all the plants were tall. So we can see that when these two combine to each other, it is given as capital T, small t. So F1 generation represents, or it is represented by capital T, small t. Is it clear? So capital T stands for tall and small t stands for dwarf. And both the alleles were combined together in the F1. But what was the phenotype? What do you mean by phenotype? It is the descriptive, or how the organism, the external appearance of the organism is called as a phenotype. So the phenotype of the F1 hybrid is all were tall. All were tall. Then where did this dwarf disappear? Yet it is present. Yet it is present in the F1 hybrid, but it is not getting expressed. And here it gets explanation for law of dominance. This is a heterozygous genotype. What do you mean genotype? The genetic constitution. See, this is the genotype. Capital T, small t, and capital T, small t. All these are the genotypes. In this genotype, we have capital T and small t. Yet, what is getting expressed? Only tallness is getting expressed. That means in a heterozygous or in a dissimilar pair of factor, here both are different. So it is called as a dissimilar pair of factors or a heterozygous individual. The one member of the pair dominates the other. Who's dominating over here? Who's getting expressed over here? The tallness. Tallness is represented by capital T. So capital T dominates small t. Is it clear? That is called as law of dominance. Characters are controlled by discrete units called as factors. Factors occur in pairs. In a dissimilar pair of factor, one member of the factor dominates the other. Is it clear? And that is called as law of dominance.
Thank you.